For our
Perfect.
media, we'll have an opening statement from Coach Jones, and then we'll go ahead and open up for questions.
First of all, it's good to see everyone, some familiar faces. So again, we're excited. We've been through 10 practices, 7 since spring break. We have number 11 today, and we're making progress as a football team each and every day. A lot of players are working exceptionally hard, but really for us, and I've continued to say it since our arrival, is, everyone understanding really what it takes to play winning football. I think that's the big thing in moving forward. And there's so much that goes into playing winning football in terms of, the consistency and fundamental execution. That's what we've really focused on, is the small details, the fundamentals. So many plays are won and lost at the snap of the ball in terms of our first step, our second step, our hand placement, all those things that go into that. So consistency and fundamental execution, the toughness, the effort, and then understanding situational football, different things that go into it. And then when you put that and then couple that with developing the habits each and every day, everyone being, really taking responsibility for their own self-determination, because in our football program, we're trying to get everyone to reach their full potential. So it's been very productive. As every coach will tell you, every practice is critical. We're really in the infant stages of building our football identity, what we're going to stand for as a football team, our style of play, our leadership. I've seen tremendous growth in the culture, tremendous growth in our leadership. A lot of players have really stepped up. And what did we learn from this past season? How are we going to be better from those experiences? So I've really, really enjoyed this spring so far, and I'm excited to see what this football team can do moving forward.
Thanks, Coach. For our media on the call, type those questions into the chat, and I'll read them aloud for Coach. Coach, our first one's from Paul Swan. Could you talk a little bit about your time at Alabama with Marshall, Coach Charles Huff, who's now going to be a conference opponent?
Yeah, well, really enjoyed my time with Charles. I consider Charles a very good friend, have a lot of respect for him as a football coach. So I know we don't play them this year, but again, I consider him a good friend, tremendous amount of respect. Him and I went through a lot together. We spent mornings together, evenings together. So I enjoyed my time with him, and really, really proud of him. He always was driven to be a head football coach, and he has a very good job, and he's done a great job there as well. So again, I can't say enough about Charles Huff.
Next one's from Brad Bobo. What are your thoughts on your play at linebacker so far this spring?
Well, I think, first of all, the addition of Jordan Carmouche, a transfer from Houston, has really brought some consistency to the second level of our defense. He's also brought a level of leadership and expectation and work ethic. We've moved Kavon Bennett to also the inside linebacker, and Kavon continues to get better and better and better, and he will. He's never played that position a little bit in high school, so having him be able to get the volume of repetitions throughout the course of the winter and in the spring. And again, that's a position we're going to need more depth. Malik Stryker continues to grow, and I think he's really, really been able to grow because of the game speed repetitions of last year. And maybe the most improved player on our defense right now is Cam Jeffrey. So we've been very excited about him as well.
Another position group as well. Can you talk a little bit about the development of the offensive line?
Yeah, very encouraging. Andy Kwan has done a tremendous job there. Andy Kwan moved from tight ends to our offensive line. And that's probably the most improved position group to date on our football team. Our mentality, our fundamentals, our details, but just those individuals coming together and working as one unit, the pride and performance that they've exhibited through 10 games, and just the overall demeanor, the leadership that they've provided to the offense. So I've been very pleased with that group.
Another one here, Coach, with Clay Helton now at Georgia Southern after coaching at USC. Is there something about his first year in the Sun Belt Conference he should know, or any insider tips from your experience?
Well, definitely learned a lot. But, Coach Helton's a very good football coach, has a vast amount of experiences. So I'm sure he's figured it out. I'm sure that he knows what he's doing, and he'll do a great job. But, just like anyone, this is one of the best football this is one of the best football conferences in the country. There's very good players. There's very good coaching. There's no off weeks with every conference opponent that you play. But I think also not only, the competitive nature of the conference of the competitive teams that you play week in and week out, it's also very challenging and relative to our non-conference schedule as well.
Coach, one last one here from Jeff Reed. What has been the biggest pleasant surprise so far this spring?
I would say our offensive line. Our offensive line continues to grow, and they've kind of set the foundation for our culture, our principles, our values, the leadership, being responsible for their self-determination every day, the mentality that they're trying to play with. Are they a finished product? No, we have a lot of work to do, but just their overall mentality, just their daily approach, day in and day out, whether it's non-practice days or practice days. We get done with practice and Coach Kwan's office is filled with our entire O-line and everyone walking by. It's kind of a melting pot of everyone associated with our program watching practice. We never had that in the past. There was a rush to get out of the building. And I think that's a part of the culture that's starting to set foot now here is, they have pride in performance, but they want to be around each other. They want to kind of laugh and kind of get after each other and have fun with it, but also just be around.
Thanks, Coach Jones. Appreciate the time this morning.
Okay, good seeing everyone. Have a good rest of your week.